Okay, this is a short video on IP version 4 fragmentation. What fragmentation basically means is that we need to take a packet and break it into smaller pieces called fragments. And the reason we do that is because we're getting ready to send the packet over a link that has a smaller maximum transfer unit. Now, when we get in this situation, we have two possibilities that are based on the behavior of the don't fragment flag, which we briefly talked about when we were talking about IP packets. And that is, if the don't fragment flag is set to true, then we don't want to fragment the packet for whatever reason. So the router simply discards the packet. If the don't fragment flag is 0, which is false, then we are allowed to fragment the packet. And we'll look at the process and example for that. So in this case, we have this packet coming through. And we have the ID, the offset, whether or not there are more fragments, and the payload. So in this example, we're on a link that has an MTU of 10,000, and we're going to a link that has an MTU of 2,500. So looking at the original packet before, what's going to happen to it? So notice that this whole packet is the whole 6,000 bytes. What happens is we fragment this into 2,480 bytes in the payload. The reason it's 2,448 instead of the 2,500 that it says up at the top is because the header is 20 bytes, so we have to take the header out. And then the offset is the payload bytes divided by 8, which for the first packet is going to be 0. The next packet, notice that the offset is 310, and we get the next 2480 bytes. And in the first packet and second packet, the more fragments was set to true, indicating there's more fragments coming. The other things to notice is that notice the ID of the packets are the same as the original packet. And then finally, we will have another one. The last packet's only going to have 1,040 bytes in it. And notice that the more fragment flag is set to 0. So that one packet will be sent as 3 packets over the length with the smaller MTU. And then these 3 packets will be reassembled into the original packet at the destination or receiving device. So that's a quick example to introduce you to the process of packet fragmentation.